Assalamu alaikum, folks. Surah al-Duha, Surah 93, a relatively short surah, but one of the most inspirational. And you're going to see why, and you'll fall in love with it. Let's just put that there for a moment. It's from the symphony of life that we will face ups and downs, that we will all experience at times some sadness, some depression. In life, we will inevitably find ourselves falling. But what's important is that we rise each time we fall. Yet we might know someone who is feeling the blues and they seem to be stuck, or where maybe personally somebody is going through this. They can't seem to get out of it. It's a bit like a car stuck in the mud. The tires are spinning, but it's not getting out. So how do we unstuck this situation? What do we do? Surah al-Duha, an incredible antidote to depression. The first verse straight away, and there's 11 verses, they're very brief, memorize them, and what we're going to do very quickly is take away 10 points that are so beneficial to our daily lives. So this person's on a downer, they're depressed, straight away it goes in wad-duha. And what is that? The morning after sunrise. Allah, beginning with inspiration. You catch their attention because Allah swears by it. What does it signify? New beginnings, opportunity, wad-duha. But then goes straight to the actual problem. Doesn't beat around the bush. Wal-layl, night. Why? Because darkness, this person that's depressed, the depression looms over them like this heavy, dark cloud. That wal-layl, the night, and people find it intimidating. They're vulnerable, they're insecure, terrible things may happen at night. Idha saja, the night as it becomes calm and tranquil. Allah. So the night, but it's taking your focus to a point you didn't expect. Wow, that okay, I didn't think of it like that. You know, there's opportunity in every difficulty. Every cloud has a silver lining. So the second step is changing the focus. So it's grappling it by the horns, but changing the focus. Idha saja. Okay. Now people that are in this state of depression, they feel abandoned. They feel incredibly lonely. Ma wadda'aka rabbuka wa ma qala. Allah. Go console them. Do not give up on God. God has not given up on you. Ma wadda'aka rabbuka wa ma qala. It consoles them. وَلَلْآخِرَةُ خَيْرٌ لَكَ مِنَ الْأُولَى. And what's to come, and one way to understand this is what's to come after this event or this stage of depression is much better than what has been before. And this what's to come after is also the way the scholar from Muslim Spain, Ibn Atiyah, from approximately 900 years ago, understood it and interpreted it. He's a contemporary of the Maliki dons like Qadi Iyad and Abu Bakr ibn Arabi. That what's to come yet after this event, wow, is much better. It's so after the consolation, it's gone in with a strategy trying to, because وَلَسَوْفَ يُعْطِيكَ رَبُّكَ فَتَرْضَى. Allah will give you and you will be so pleased. But are you prepared to take the steps? Are you prepared to strategize? You need a strategy. Okay. And then straight with that, أَلَمْ يَجِدْكَ يَتِيمًا فَآوَى. Allah takes you straight to a child. You see, childhood, something, one way to understand this, we've all experienced childhood, incredible vulnerability, dependent on circumstances, that in this state an incredible trauma is experienced for many people in childhood and repressed. فَآوَى, yet you made it through. Allah, resilience, that there is resilience. It is in each and every one of us, reminding us of this, that there is resilience in each and every one of you. وَوَجَدَكَ ضَالًّا فَهَدَى. And has it not taken you to, have you not ever been off the path and yet He guided you to the path? And one beautiful way of looking at this is, as Ibn Atiyah said, that we're in love. Allah, he said the Prophet ﷺ was in love with the concept of God, and Allah showed him the path amidst the pagan Arabs. And you look in yourself, this passion, this love for the objectives in your life, your goals, the thing, and has not Allah in the past shown you a path? فَهَدَى. You see, you've had this passion you've got the resilience and the passion, then taking it to a real life example. That وَوَجَدَكَ عَائِلًا فَأَغْنَى. Did he not find you? Were you not ever destitute or struggling, whether it was with health or finances, and فَأَغْنَى, and he gave you in abundance? Think back, a real life example where you overcame. You see, وَأَمَّا الْيَتِيمَ فَلَا. And this is incredibly fascinating. Studies show that when people are depressed, that they become incredibly lonely, isolated, they don't mix. And we find in sociological studies that people who are more social tend to be more happy. And that's just the way it works, because we are al-insan madaniyun bit-taba', we are social creatures, and sometimes you can kind of force yourself to kind of mix. For أَمَّا الْيَتِيمَ فَلَا تَقْهَرْ. And you see, the Quran could have said, like, get out more, you're social creature, be with people. But look at the language. Allah, فَأَمَّا الْيَتِيمَ فَلَا تَقْهَرْ. That, hey, when you're out there amongst people, Allah, think about children. It could have said, get out more. But you see, you might find yourself defensive, despondent. Hey, when you're out there amongst people, think about children. Allah. Why? Children, it evokes emotion in all of us. So it's not just being social, but with compassion and positivity. You see, you smile, the world smiles back at you. You see, you find so you are now social. You've got this compassion. What do you do then? وَأَمَّا السَّائِلَ فَلَا تَنْهَارْ. You see, you give forward. Allah. People, giving is living. You have no idea what fortune and what amazing blessings Allah has hidden for you behind certain doors, if only you will open them. Giving is living. You have to give forward, whether it's any kind of support, financial or assistance, helping people. Maybe you've been through this difficulty, you now help somebody else. And then it comes to the icing. وَأَمَّا بِنِعْمَةِ رَبِّكَ فَحَدِّثْ. You see, when all of these steps, yes, the person, you've given inspiration, hope, you've changed the perspective, you've given a strategy, you've highlighted all of these, you've highlighted resilience, you've highlighted this passion, this actual real life example of overcoming, social positivity, compassion, giving forward, then gratitude. You see, the blessings, say them loud and proud. Don't be arrogant, but be proud. That وَأَمَّا بِنِعْمَةِ رَبِّكَ فَحَدِّثْ. You see, you are great. Now the person may think, but I'm struggling, I'm stuck in this horrible, what do I have to be grateful for? But then you look at other people, you look at this, you may think, I've lost a job, I'm going through a bad patch, I've lost a relationship, you may think about all of these things, yes, and I've lost money, but then you look at somebody else, they've lost a loved one, they've lost a parent, they've lost a sibling, a partner, a child. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. You look at somebody else who's become paralyzed. You look at somebody who's been given a short notice to live, weeks or months, terminal illness. You look at somebody who's quadriplegic, that's paralyzed completely neck down. And surprisingly, if you read the studies on quadriplegic people, that how they find meaning and happiness, and you think, wow, all of a sudden you have so much to be grateful for. You have an ocean of opportunities in front of you. You have health. You're surrounded by people that love you, and you have so many blessings from Allah. So you say them loud and proud. All of a sudden you're so full of life. Allah, and it goes full circle to al-Duha, the morning straight after sunrise, which is so full of life for you to rise with that. There's an Urdu poet, Wasim Brelvi, he says, उसूलों पे आंच आए तो टकराना ज़रूरी है, जिंदा हो तो जिंदा नज़र आना ज़रूरी है. People that he says that if your beliefs become compromised or challenged, you have to stand for them. And it is not enough just to be alive. You have to appear full of life. People, may Allah bless you. Wassalamu alaikum wa khuda hafiz.